Hi, this is Robotprins. Thank you for tuning into my channel. In this video I'll be talking about my new collaboration album, Friend Force 2.
Look up there in the sky.
So I made this album with 8 amazing chiptune artists that I've become friends with over the years. And that's why it's called Friend Force. It's me making songs with some friends. That's right. Thanks so much to everyone who's already been to my Bandcamp page and got the album there. There's a few people who have ordered the CD and some people have downloaded it, so thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. It is the best way to support an artist that you want to hear more music from. And Bandcamp is a really good page for this too, because basically most of the profit goes to the artist. And it's really easy for an amateur artist to use. So I've been using it for a while now, and yes. It is available on Bandcamp, but it's also available here on YouTube. So I've uploaded all the songs to YouTube, so you can listen to them here. Other streaming services will take a little bit more time. I don't have an update on exactly when they will be available, like Spotify or SoundCloud, but they're on their way. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into the album. Yes, so Friend Force 1 was made I think 3 years ago, and I made it as an attempt to expand my music a little bit. Like, I make songs mostly using Magical 8-bit plug, and it's very similar to like how games sound on an NES console or something like that. So I wanted to make songs that have other genres mixed with this, and I could do it by myself, but maybe there are other artists that are better at those specific genres. And I was listening to Rymdkraft, for example, and I thought, man, he's got such a nice sound. It would be awesome if I could make a song with him. And actually, he wanted to make a song with me, so that worked out perfectly. And well, that was how Friend Force 1 started. We made a song called Kunoichi PPP. So now this is my second collaboration album, and as I said, it's made with 8 artists. And I will go through each song one by one, starting with the first track, which is We Are the Friend Force. Yes, so We Are the Friend Force is the theme song for this album. So yeah, I wanted to make a theme song, and I had a very specific vision in mind. I talked to my friend Skune from WABISAVITA, which, by the way, is also, I made a song with WABISAVITA on this album, and Skune has been so important in this album. He's helped me out so much, and I can't thank him enough for how passionate he has been about this and how much he has helped me. But I was talking about the vision that I have, that I want to make a theme song and I want to make a music video. And then he told me, well, I know someone who might be able to help us. So he talked to his friend Aniemon, and Aniemon is an animator who does not normally make pixel art, and this is his first time making a music video, which is crazy because the end product is so good. So you think he must be a veteran, but nope. This was his first music video ever made. And so we talked to him, and I think, I don't remember exactly if I had decided who would be on the album, but I mentioned like YMCK will be collaborating with me, and he is a big fan of YMCK, and he also had listened to my music, so he was down doing this. Just like it would be really cool to make a music video for these chiptune artists. So I was super excited that we had someone with that talent that could help us out with this. So next I explained the vision that I had for the music video, which is, I was thinking I wanted to make it sort of like a American superhero cartoon opening theme. And the one I had in mind in particular is Defenders of the Earth. If you've never seen this cartoon, which by the way I have not, but I've watched the opening a million times because it was on my Scruffy video I had as a kid. And this intro, every time I watched that video, I always watched that commercial for Defenders of the Earth, and they showed like the whole opening for the anime or for the cartoon, and it's so amazing. Like they have like 5 or 6 superhero characters, and each character gets a few lines sung about them, and then they say their names in the end, and they are zoomed up, and it's like Phantom, Flash Gordon. And I thought it was super cool as a kid. So what I wanted to do for this theme song is I wanted all of the artists to look like superheroes, and sort of I wanted to have a section where we said each artist's name, and then some kind of cool sound effect would be played after it. So he was down with this and started working on the music video as we made a demo of the song. And the song We Are the Friend Force was composed by me, but Skune also helped out composing or rearranging a few parts, and he also sings the Friend Force part in the song. So in the song, I am singing in the beginning in English, and I made the lyrics for this, but I mean the lyrics is just something simple. I made it, I can't really write lyrics, but these kind of lyrics where it's a bit cheesy and it's a bit simple like that I can write. So for me, what was fun writing the lyrics for this song was trying to find a few puns here and there. Like instead of saying friendship, I would say friendship, or that kind of thing. So look out for that in the lyrics. And so I am singing, and then my younger sister, who is a great singer, I asked her to also sing the English part. So we are singing together in this. Thank you so much, Felicia, for your help. And in the middle of the song, there is this section where each artist is being introduced. And my friend Mike Cornet Theory Hillard is doing the narration of this part. And he says each name. He has a great voice for this. It works perfectly. And then all of the sound logos that show up afterwards were done by each artist themselves. Most of the sound logos were kind of similar, I guess, because I don't know exactly how I explained it to them, but I said, well, make something that represent you as an artist in 2 or 3 seconds. So most of the sound logos became sort of like synth leads, like short, cool synth leads. And I mean, that works. That's really cool. But my favorite was Chroma. And he tried out a few different variations, he told me. But, you know, in the end, a barking dog is the best. So yeah, he just gave me a barking dog sound effect, and that was that. And then, of course, me in the end, I play a little guitar for a change. Yeah, WABISAVITA has a nice sound effect too. You know, like, yeah! And of course, all the other ones are great. And then in the second part of the song, we have the Japanese lyrics. And these lyrics were written by Tsukune. And it's sung by Midori Kurihara from YMCK. And then Kanaria from WABISAVITA. And also a friend of mine who used to live in the same share house as me, Yurika, is singing some of the backing vocals here. Oh yeah, and also Chroma, he's singing the end part there, yeah. So 4 different vocals in Japanese there. Yeah. And then in the end we all sing together and end the song. This music video, it was made by Aniemon just because, well, we asked if he could make it, but Tsukune had a good idea to make a crowdfunding event of this too. So we did that, and a lot of people were very excited about it because we said if you pay 2,000 yen for supporting this project, then we will, or Aniemon, he will make a superhero of you, of like a skiss that you send to him. We had 10 people who paid 2,000 yen, and then they got their superhero made, and they all show up in the end of the video. I feel a bit bad about this because in the crowdfunding page we said that we were planning to release it about a year ago, and they had already paid us, but we ended up releasing it now instead. But yeah, that was how it happened this time, unfortunately. But all of them are finished and they are in this video. So the second song is Wow with Rymdkraft, as we say in Swedish, or maybe in English it's Rymdkraft. You might not notice, but I'm actually also Swedish, so there's a Swedish connection here. Rymdkraft, I've made, now I'm not sure which I should say, Rymdkraft or Rymdkraft. I'll say Rymdkraft, because, that's how I say it. So Rymdkraft and I have made 2 tracks before this track for this album. It's Kunoichi PPP and Ike Baby, and they were both on the first Friend Force. I think a lot of the viewers of this channel come from Gwaine Saga, and they've been listening to Ike Baby, which was used in that cartoon or anime or whatever you call it. So I think a lot of the viewers might be familiar with Rymdkraft. The 2 songs we made previously were kind of upbeat, pretty fast. They were both drum and bass. So I guess this time we decided to not do drum and bass, but to do a slower tempo. Well, when I first made it, I was actually thinking this should also be drum and bass. But it's a little bit, if we would make it into drum and bass, it would be a little bit too fast. I tried it out and I thought it sounded okay, but when I sent the basic idea to Rymdkraft, he said, well, so I have this other idea to do a little bit slower, chiller version, and it's pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Yeah. And by the way, Rymdkraft is such a positive, inspiring guy. Like, he's so nice. He's one of the most positive people I've ever met. At least to me. Like, whenever we talk, it's like, he's always so excited about the music that we're making. It's so much fun to make songs with him. in general, when me and Rymdkraft make songs together, I make a melody and some chords and a bass line. I send this to Rymdkraft and then he works his magic. So for me, I feel like, oh, I'm just making this simple stuff. And then he makes it into a song. But he told me that, well, I'm just using whatever you made and like polish it a little bit. Like I'm not doing that much. So I think we work really well together. We can complement each other. So the thing that I'm best at is like making melodies and chords around the melodies, and that kind of arrangement is the stuff that I like to do. And he is amazing at making beats and making it sound modern and like this. I guess it sounds professional when he makes it compared to whatever I would make. And so I love to work with him. Thank you so much, Rymdkraft. You are the best. So the third song of the album is Online Summertime with Toni Leys. So Toni Leys, I've worked with him before on another track we made together called Downside Up, and we made it for Friend Force 1. So yes, we made another song together. It's always fun to make songs with Toni Leys. He always make it sound groovy and like it makes you want to dance almost, like the songs that he makes. So I enjoy that a lot. I feel like I can make some simple ideas and then he makes it sound rich and groovy and nice. For me personally, my original, where I got the idea for the song was listening to the producer for Capsule and Perfume. He has this amazing sound where sort of synth leads are going left and right, and it's a lot of stuff going on with the synth leads, and I love that sound so much. And I thought I could make this kind of sound with Toni Leys because he knows how to make a song sound rich and powerful and like this kind of club vibe. And then I could make the synths jump around, sort of like a Capsule song would sound like. Yes. The song name Online Summertime originates from, the middle part of the song where it becomes bossa nova. So it has the summer vibes there. And then these days, since the pandemic, people don't go to the beach that much. People mostly hang out inside on their computers and online doing stuff. So Online Summertime. That was the idea. Thank you so much, Toni, for collabing with me. The next track is Funky Bunny with cTrix. Yes, the fourth track in the album. cTrix, the legend, the guy that can do anything. Put something in his hands, he'll make a song with it. It's amazing. Like he makes songs with Amiga, with Sega Mega Drive, with Game Boy, all kinds of stuff. He also plays the guitar, by the way, and I think he can play the drums. I'm not sure about that last one, but he does a lot of stuff. That's why his superhero character is like this kind of ogre or something with like 6 arms and has one different instrument in each hand. Really badass look for him, I think. He was super happy about it too. Yeah. That's one of the cooler superheroes that Aniemon made. So yeah, cTrix and we met probably in Japan when he came to Square Sounds, which he does every year. Of course not this year, but normally he comes to Square Sounds and hang out there. So we have met there a couple of times. But when I went to Australia, where he lives in Melbourne, and performed at Square Sounds there, I got to stay at his place. And that week when I was there, he took me to some of his friends living in the countryside in Melbourne. And we had this long car trip. And in the car, we were listening to Dirty Loops a lot. So we were also listening to a lot of prog metal, but we were listening a lot to Dirty Loops. And I think that's sort of where the idea came from, making this song. It doesn't necessarily sound that much like Dirty Loops, but this kind of funky vibe, I think. It's a little bit like Dirty Loops. And also I was listening to his songs, and when I made the idea for the song, I was sort of thinking of him, like something I would want to hear with his sound. So the main composition was made by me, and then I handed it over to him and let him just screw around with it and do whatever he wanted to do. And yeah, it sounds pretty thick and, you know, rich and funky. Yeah, I love his sound. It's so cool. And he has this part in the song where he has like Sega Mega Drive just doing like growling noises. It sounds like a helicopter or something. It's like very unique sound. Thank you so much, cTrix, for collabing with me on this album. The next song is Kira Kira rock version with YMCK. So I love YMCK, and they are one of the biggest reasons that I started making chiptune in the first place. I use a magical 8-bit plug, which is made by Takeshi Yokimura, who is the main composer of YMCK. And I mean, YMCK, they have such a cool sound. Like when I first listened to them, I was so amazed by how he made bebop with 8-bit sounds. It's like the solos were crazy to me. It's like, and I love 8-bit sounds, but I've never heard anyone do a bebop solo with 8-bit sound like that. But the songs are also solid. They are very J-poppy, I guess. So they're like pop music and nice melodies, super nice chord progressions, and I just love them. And when I first started listening to them, I was listening to this song, Kira Kira, and it became my favorite song. So good. It must have been 12 years ago or so. So now that I got to make a cover with them, this song, and I'm like good friends with them now, living here in Tokyo, it's just amazing to me. And this song I'm so happy I got to make with them. It's really like a dream come true. Yeah. So obviously it's their song. So the original composition is them, but it's kind of interesting how we made it. So it started out with me making a cover of it. So I rearranged the whole song and made it more into like a rock groove. I sent what I made to YMCK, and then they switched out like the drum parts and the bass part to their own version of it, but kept my synth leads. But then they added some of the old synth leads to the new synth leads. So it's like a big mix of different synths going on there. But on top of that, I'm playing the guitar. So it becomes a very different sound from the original. The vocals by Midori is the old vocals, but edited. And the song was mixed by my good friend Jun Kudo, and he made an amazing job on this one. I'm so glad about this. Like this is just fun for me. Like I don't care if this is on an album or not. Like this is just so cool. So I hope you guys also like it, and big thanks to Jun and big thanks to YMCK for collabing with me on this track. Next track is Prince in a Labyrinth with Shinoryu. Yeah, this song is a bit of an experiment, really. I had this idea, what if we mix two songs, one that I made with one song that you make, and then we add a previous track that we had made together in the end. So that's what we did, but it's very complicated. I thought that it would be a simple song to make, but it ended up being a very strange, complicated song to make. So the two songs that we're mixing is his song Alice in 8-Bit World and my song Love Beam Conquers All. And what I did was I took one part from my song, like the intro, and then the verse would be his song, and then the refrain would be my song. But we switch the arrangement. So he's arranging all of the parts of Love Beam Conquers All, and I'm arranging all the parts of Alice in 8-Bit World. And while I'm arranging it, I'm actually using parts from Love Beam Conquers All. So it's all a bit of a mess and a bit of a complicated thing, and that's why I call the track Prince in a Labyrinth. Like, how do I find my way out in this arrangement? It's so tricky. It's probably a tricky song to listen to, or I mean, it's a fun song to listen to if you know both of the songs, to figure out like what part of which song is used where and that kind of thing. So this song also is the only song that is pure chiptune. All the other songs have like guitar or vocals or something else going on, but this song is like very, very pure, I guess. Yeah. I hope you guys like this song. Thank you so much, Shinoryu, for collabing with me. The next track is Blue with Scythe. So this track was made, the melody was made by Scythe, and he sent me a few demos actually, and he told me that this song, or this melody, he had me in mind. He wanted to make a song, or he was trying to make a song that would sound like Robotprins. So he sent me this, and I thought the melody was super nice, and this is something I would love to make a song of together with Scythe. So I started to rearranging it based on what he sent me. Most of the other tracks, it has actually been the other way around, that I send an idea to someone and then they would rearrange what I made. But this track, it was Scythe's melody, and I rearranged it and thought of how we could do it. This track ended up being a sort of like a duet between guitar and keytar, because Scythe, he plays the keytar. So it's kind of cool. We play the melody, like he plays the melody first, and then I play the same melody but on guitar, and then we sort of like play together a bit later. So yeah, it's also one of the slower songs on the album, and it's very chill, very like emotional, or yeah, I like the vibe of it a lot. Jun Kudo mixed it and made it very, like before he mixed it, it was sort of dry and it sounded cool that way too, but Jun made it more spacious, and it really fits with this track. Yeah, so great job by Jun on this one, I think. And also big thanks to Scythe for collabing with me. So the next song is Sorekara with Chroma. Yeah, Chroma, he's such a talented composer. I'm really happy I got to work with him. He makes such nice songs. He is from northern Japan, and I'm from Sweden, so I think we both can sort of relate to, a cold climate, which is sort of the vibe of this song. He said, or if the lyrics in the song is sort of like two people sitting next to each other on a bench, and one is giving hot coffee to the other person, and even though it's cold, you feel warm inside. So it's a very cozy song, and in general Chroma, he makes very cozy songs, and I always enjoy listening to his songs. This song went through many phases, because in the beginning it was just a normal pure chiptune song, the basic idea, and so this is how it went down. I made the original idea for the song, and I made it as a song that Chroma would make. Like the melodies and the chords is sort of like something I could see him making. Then one day I went to YMCK's place, and we had dinner together, and I showed them this song, and they told me, "Oh man, that sounds like Chroma." And then I told them, "Well, actually, I made this arrangement." It's like, I could have sworn this was a Chroma song. So the melody was made by me, but it's because I like Chroma's sound so much. I guess I could make something that sounds like him. And YMCK, Midori from YMCK, she heard this melody and she said, "This is so nice. I would so much want to sing this melody." And she told me that so sincerely. So I said, "Well, we can arrange it for you to sing on it." And that's how that happened. It changed from just being a instrumental song into becoming a song with vocals. And I asked Chroma, like, is it okay if Midori from YMCK is singing on this song? And he's like, "Of course, that would be a dream for me." And he was super excited about this. So it became, and then we added on it too, because when you listen to it in the beginning, it's pure chiptune, but then it changes into more like Chroma style. But then it becomes sort of a little bit, I don't know, it's like J-pop meets Queen. And I added some twin guitars that it very much sounds, I'm trying to sound like Queen. And I had so much fun with that. And then I wanted to add like some backing vocals. So I asked my younger sister to sing backing vocals. And she did an amazing job on that. And I thought it would also be cool to have some kind of brass part in it. And I asked Cornet Theory to play trumpets on this song. So it became a big collaboration song. So many, and that was not the plan at all in the beginning. It turned into a very, very unique, interesting song. A lot of stuff going on in it. I hope you guys enjoy the song. Thank you, Chroma, for making a song with me. I really appreciate it. Alright, you made it this far. Now this is the last song. I swear. So the last song is Superhero with WABISAVITA. And WABISAVITA is such a fun ska chiptune group. I've never heard another band like this doing ska with chiptune sounds, and they sound amazing. It's Tsukune making the songs and Kanaria singing on the vocals, and both of them are amazing. I'm especially good friends with Tsukune, and we have hung out a lot at chiptune events, and he has helped out so much with this album, and he has told me, like, you know, whatever I can do to make this album into a great one, I'm gonna do it, and I want this to go well. And he has helped me out if I don't understand something in Japanese, or if I need help with like the crowdfunding page that we made. Like, he helped out writing it in Japanese, and he's just been so supporting to me. So thank you, Tsukune, for all your help. Now the song, it's a perfect outro song for this album. The lyrics is about the struggles of a superhero, but also the positive parts of being a superhero. So it's a nice way to end the song. And in the end of the song, you can hear Kanaria singing by herself. We are the friend force. So it brings it all together. And the song was first, like, I made the melody, and then I sent it to WABISAVITA, and they rearranged it completely and made it super ska. And then they put the vocals on it, and now you got a ska chiptune hit. Very nice. So thank you, WABISAVITA, so much for collabing with me. You're awesome. Okay, now in the end I'm gonna talk a little bit about my own thoughts on the album and my own experience making the album. So I am, of course, incredibly grateful for all the artists and for the people who helped out. You know, Aniemon doing the music video, him doing the artwork of the album, Jun Kudo mastering the album, and then all the artists collabing with me. It's and it turned out so good. So I'm so pleased with the final product. But I did not always enjoy the process of doing it, to be honest. There were many times I felt stressed about it, and I think that is because it's difficult being the person in charge of many people. So if something is going to happen, that is on me, and then I have my own. I'm not always as productive as one needs to be to make things finish at a certain time. So I think in the future, if I make similar projects, I will not put as strict deadlines as I first had. I mean, it's good in one sense to do that, because then you don't become lazy and like just say, I'll do it tomorrow. But at the same time, I did feel a lot of pressure from doing this, and it does stifle my creativity a little bit. So I'm looking forward to not having any big project to work on. And what I mean by this is, a lot of the times I can have these ideas for something I want to make, and it's like, oh man, that would be awesome. But what stops me from making it is, well, but actually I gotta finish this album that I'm working on. It should have already been finished. So there is this conflict. The real feeling is that I want to work on something else, but then because it's not finished, I gotta finish it. So there was struggles with this, and it's something that I want to take a break from working on something big for the foreseeable future, at least. I do think that I learned a lot doing this album because, you know, when I am in charge of it, it also means I have to understand things that I could otherwise let other people figure out. So like, for example, like the artwork, I needed to direct it, and I needed to make sure that the company that prints the CDs and all of that, I contacted them and everything was working there. CD press, I've never done that myself before. I've always just made the CDs by myself, but this time I wanted to use a CD press to make the CDs. So I had to figure out how to contact them and how all of that works. And you know, just everything, mixing, mastering. Even though I don't do all of it, I have to be in charge of you know, deciding if something is finished or not, or if it needs to be worked on more. So yeah, there was a lot of things that I learned, but I'm very happy that it's over now, and I can sort of work on things that are a bit more spontaneous. Like if I have an idea, it's like, oh, okay, let's do that. Yeah, that's what I want to do right now, is just to have an open window where, like, whatever comes up that I feel inspired to work on, that is what I can focus on. So it should be, you know, one song or one video or something like that at a time. So yeah, I just wanted to share these feelings I had about this. Okay, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching the whole thing. It became really, really long, and yeah, I guess I just had a lot of on my chest that I want to get out, and if you guys enjoyed this content, then I'm happy. If not, then that's fine too. At least I have it off my chest. So please listen to the music, and if you have any questions about it, just let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have any something that you think you would want me to create in the future as far as making videos, something that you're interested in, concerning Robotprins. I know someone asked about how do you make your songs. Maybe I could make a video about how I make songs in with Magical 8-bit plug, or yeah, there might be some other similar things that I could make. I'm also thinking about making more videos of me playing guitar, because that's fun, and yeah, I will probably make a video on Ikke Baby sometime soon, so look forward to that. And I might make a few videos with the songs of this album too. Maybe even some tracks with the artists I'm collaborating with. We'll see what happens. I won't make any promises, but I have a few ideas that we'll see if they happen. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day and good night, and see you next time.